Hi, James Proctor here, Managing Director of the Inteq Group. And the focus of today's video is really making that distinction between business process modeling notation and business analysis, or BPMN, if you will, in business analysis, right? One's a notational standard, and the other is a body of knowledge and techniques for analyzing and improving business process. So let's first talk about the concept of BPMN as a notational standard. And so, BPMN is a symbolic, right, set of symbols, set of standard symbols that represent various concepts in business process, work activities, workflow, dependencies, decision points, these kinds of things. And it's a very excellent standard. Now, it's not only standard, it's certainly the predominant standard, but there's other standards as well, such as IDEF 0 and others as well. BPMN, I'm not necessarily advocating BPMN, but it is the predominant standard. It is managed by OMG, the Object Management Group, which does a very excellent job of managing a lot of different standards in the world of modeling and notation and these kinds of things. And they keep it up to date and they ensure consistency of the standards and things like that. And consistency of standards are very important, right? Because if people are using the same set of standards, we get leverageable artifacts and things like that. All right, so that's BPMN as a notational standard. But let's now talk about it's a standard, but it's not an analysis technique. It's not a body of knowledge for doing analysis. Think about it as one tool in the tool belt for helping us understand process and talk about process and things like that. But it's really not that analysis body of knowledge. So let's make that distinction here real quick as well. Okay, so hopefully it's clear that I'm an advocate for BPMN. Matter of fact, I'm an advocate for any notational standard. The key thing is whether you're using BPMN or using IDEF or whatever, the key thing is just to use it consistently. Now, however, this is the crux of the post. BPMN, or any modeling notation for that matter, is just that. It's a standard, and they're all exceptional standards. However, BPMN or any notational standards it's not a process analysis technique. Think about it as a tool, right, for helping us depict business process, to help us engage our subject matter experts, to help depict the current state, proposed future states, and these kinds of things. But there's an old expression that I heard a number of years ago. A fool with a tool is still a fool. And really, that makes sense when you think about it. And let's think about it. I could take any reasonably intelligent high school student. I could probably spend 90 minutes with them, probably less, 60 minutes, and I could teach them the mechanics of the tool, how to create activities, conditions, relationships, events, these kinds of things. And they could create some great looking diagrams. But would those diagrams, and that's the key thing here, represent anything useful in the world of business analysis? No, absolutely not, right? It's not like they engaged the subject matter experts and gleaned deep knowledge and created an excellent current state map by which the subject matter experts can engage and evolve and these kinds of things. They are going to be able to create a proposed potential future state based on changes we want to make to the business process. So from that perspective, they just really created a diagram that looks cool but has no substance to it. So what we want to be able, that's really the distinction I'm trying to make here is the tool set, if you will, the boxes and the lines, from the knowledge of a high-performing business analyst, using it as a tool, right, to glean deep knowledge and to make insightful decisions. Okay, real quick here, before we move on to the big key point and conclusion of the video, if you like what you're hearing so far, please just hit that like button, subscribe button, and also even better, engage the video in some way. Make a comment. It could be a positive comment. It could be a negative comment. Of course, if a negative comment, give me some reasons why. But regardless, do that because it shows the algorithm. And that's the key thing, that you're engaged in the video, and it'll really ensure that the algorithm the algorithm will ensure that the videos keep coming your way and rank very high. Okay, so with that, let's go ahead and move on and talk about the key point and wrap some things up in this particular video. Okay, so the key point here of this particular video is to not conflate, right, BPMN, right, the notational standard, with deep professional business analysis type of work. They're both important, but the tool set is a tool. But it requires, right, somebody with deep business analysis background and experience and methods and techniques and interpersonal skills and critical thinking skills. That's really where business process or business analysis really lives, whether it's business analysis or business systems analysis and these kinds of things. So to think about it this way, BPMN is a tool, right? It's an enabler, right? That's all it is. It's a very excellent enabler, but really requires the highly engaged business analysts to engage your subject matter experts to apply critical thinking. And that's where the magic lives, is in that business analyst using a wide range of tools and methods and techniques. BPMN is a particular tool in that particular tool belt. For additional information about business process mapping, I think you enjoy, go to our website. We have an area of the website called the Knowledge Hub, and there's a white paper there called the 10 Perilous Misconceptions of Censuring Current State Mapping. Mapping and analysis. And it goes through, it talks a little bit about current, actually talks a lot about why it's important to map the current state. And so I think you'd enjoy that as well. Okay, James Proctor signing off, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye-bye.